Yeah, well, Lance had a medium hamstring strain 4 weeks ago, and it was a really similar size injury as the one he had earlier in the year into the same part of the muscle. And so that's why we thought it would be a fairly similar recovery. And the muscle from testing has slowly improved over that time and looks to have virtually fully healed. But over the last couple of weeks, he's developed some complications really with his sciatic nerve that runs from your back, through your pelvis and into your hamstring. And unfortunately, that's giving him some symptoms in his hamstring. It just doesn't allow him to get out of a jog at the moment. So the muscle's healing well, but the sciatic nerve is the complication. So that's something we're getting on top of at the moment. We're trying a few different treatments that we need to do to work through in order to make him feel better. So at this stage, that puts him out of this week. It also means he won't be prepared to play for next week, but we are hoping to have him back running, training and playing towards the end of the year. When Callum dislocated his shoulder, he had done a reasonable amount of damage to the shoulder as it dislocates, and this is something that we would need to fix at the end of the season with him. And we tried to rehabilitate him, we tried to let his shoulder settle, start his strength work, but it became evident last week that he was still getting some instability in his shoulder. It was just moving around a little bit, and it really looked like at that stage he wasn't going to be able to return to training and playing. So we took that decision then that without it being stable enough, he now will bring the surgery forward. Yeah, so Harry unfortunately had a couple of incidents in that game where he injured his groin or hurt his groin. This is on the same side that he injured earlier this year. And what it means is that his whole groin region has now become unsettled and unstable, and it's something now that we feel that we're going to have to operate on in order to stabilise and allow him to be able to get up to the level of playing football. It's something that we're going to need to do surgery on, but we've got to do some more tests this week. We need to talk to the surgeon and we need to get the tests lined up in order to program the surgery from there. Jarrad unfortunately suffered another calf strain a couple of weeks ago, but he's getting very close to running. He'll be running next week and then preparing to play some footy at the end of the year. Darcy first injured his quad actually back just after the bye, and he rehabilitated, got back to training, and then in the final training session before resuming playing, he unfortunately hurt it again kicking, which is very frustrating for everyone, especially Darcy. So that was a couple of weeks ago now, and he's started running again today. So he's on track to play towards the end of the season. Finally, after such a long rehab period for Sam and for everyone, he's now due to play. So he's been back training now for about 6 weeks, and everything's going great. His knee looks good. His body's developed some resilience now that he's ready to step up from training to the rigours of playing. So he'll be playing in the Neefle game out of Blacktown. You know, it's a really exciting time for everyone, and a lot of work's gone in, particularly by Sam, to get himself through, both mentally and physically, through to this point. And we wish him really all the best for Sunday.